Good day, and welcome to another episode of Drew's Book Reviews. Today we have a book review for you. We're going to be talking about February's Viewer's Choice book review. That is going to be Robin Hobbs Assassins Apprentice. Stay tuned, that's coming right up here on Drew's Book Reviews. All right. Thank you for tuning in. Let's talk about the Viewer's Choice book review for the month of February. That is going to be Robin Hobbs Assassins Apprentice. If you want to help choose which book you want to see a review on, make sure you vote on the community tab. I post that at the beginning of each and every month. And Assassins Apprentice came through with 50% of the votes as of the time of filming this video. So let's talk about Assassins Apprentice, book 1 in the Farseer trilogy by Robin Hobbs. Now and of course, don't forget to hit that like button, comment, subscribe, join me on Discord, Bookstagram, all that's going to be linked below. Go and check that out, as well as link to my hardcover profile where you could follow me on hardcover. Alright, let's talk about this. Let's talk about Assassin's Apprentice. This is the first book in the Farseer trilogy. Robin Hobbs has been hyped a lot on BookTube and seems to be very popular, and a lot of people seem to absolutely love Robin Hobbs' writing. I'm not one of those people. Now, that is not to say that I did not enjoy this book. I absolutely did. And it's not to say I don't like Robin Hobbs' writing style. I absolutely do. I just am not feeling that I could say that I absolutely love it. It's one of those things where it's a good book. It's enjoyable. I like reading it. I enjoyed my time with the characters and getting to know them. But I wouldn't put it up there as some of the absolute best ever. So this book, this series as a whole, I would presume, but I haven't gotten to the other ones yet, but I presume that this series as a whole is written from the first person perspective. So it's a lot of, I did this, I did that, I saw this, I said that, I went here, I went there kind of writing, which is actually a fun way to read a book, to be perfectly honest. I like that. It kind of helps bring you into the story more, in a sense that it makes you feel like you are the character that you are reading about. And that's the point of view that we have for our main character, Fitz. Fitz is basically this child who's born out of wedlock to royal lineage. He didn't initially know that this was the case, and he was raised by basically peasants until he's brought up in the royal household after he's discovered, essentially. But because of his status as a bastard, he's not able to really have much privilege in court life. I mean, sure, he's there. He is the son of a prince, effectively, but he's a bastard, so he doesn't really have any real standing. And most of the story around Fitz and his character and what's going on in this book is him being passed around to all kinds of people throughout the royal palace and household to learn different aspects within his education. So the vast majority of this book seems to be him just being taught and passed around to different teachers throughout this. One of them, of course, is a mysterious individual who trains him to be an assassin, which is hence Assassin's Apprentice in the book title. Now, there's definitely some court intrigue and some politics going on in the background of Fitz's overall story. And one of the things that seems to be alluded to within this is these different types of magic, which, to be honest, I found weren't very well explained in this book. Maybe that's just me missing a lot, but the magics are basically referenced and hinted at, and we get a vague idea of what they're about, like this idea of skilling, which seems to be this telepathic communication between minds. It's kind of suggested at, but not really explained in detail on precisely what skilling is or how it works. With that, there's also this magic that's referenced as being kind of the old war magic, dating back who knows how far and how long, with this ability to bond with animals and to become bonded to them, and you become part animal yourself. So one of Fitz's mentors, essentially Burrick, he fears Fitz's ability to do this, and he fears what he will become, and that kind of is a aspect of their story which drives that division between them. So I don't want to get too much into more detail on that, of course, because I don't want to get into spoilers about that. But that is basically a general idea of what this story and book is about. The drawbacks that I found with this book, personally, is a lot of time was spent on him being passed around to different schools and training. Or not necessarily different schools, but different people to learn and be educated in different ways. So there was a lot of that, and there were parts where the story did progress, absolutely, where we have some plot development in there, but the vast majority of the book was just the learning part of that. Which, honestly, that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's not to say that I didn't enjoy it. It's that I would have loved to have seen more in the way, more story development in this first book. Now, I think this is a first book for a reason. There are 2 other books to come in the series. So it also, in many ways, felt like a setup for the rest of the series, which itself, of course, is not a bad thing. That is a good thing in a lot of ways as well, which is why, overall, I really did enjoy this book. I wouldn't give it a 5-star, I'd give it about a 3.5-star rating, so I don't think it was absolutely terrible, but I wouldn't say that it's amazingly awesome either. So it's kind of 3.5 stars for me is where I rated this book. And overall, I did enjoy it. I love the character of Fitz. I love his story so far. I did enjoy his training and learning and the scenes surrounding that. But really, that was the bulk of the book. So that's kind of where I have a little bit of a drawback, I guess. And hopefully with the next books, we see a lot more coming forth with this. The next one, of course, being Royal Assassin and then Assassin's Quest. You know what? I'm going to put a spoiler tag right here. Spoilers, spoilers, spoilers. If you haven't read the series, this is going to be a spoiler because I can't explain this without spoiling. I didn't like how Fitz was set up in the at the end in the court, in the royal court, where everybody knew he was the assassin. Everyone knew he was there to do the job. Everyone knew who he was there to poison. And it's like, where's the subtlety here? What's going on? Why? Like, everyone knew he was the king's assassin. So it just seemed kind of pointless. You would think assassin would be more subtle, would be more hidden, would be more disguised, or it wouldn't be as obvious, that it would be much more of a secret. But it seemed to be something that was just, everyone knew about it. And that just kind of irked me at the ending of the book there. So those are just kind of some of my thoughts on Assassin's Apprentice. Again, good read overall. I did enjoy it. I did enjoy Fitz's story. I don't think people should have known that he was the assassin. I think that it should have been, or at least have something a little more explainable on how he would have been discovered, instead of it just being like, yeah, we know you're the king's poisoner, we know you're the king's assassin, so we know you're here to kill somebody. It just I don't know, it didn't make sense to me. I don't think that's it's not believable, I guess, in that sense. But that was just me. I mean, maybe I'm way off base here, I don't know, but those are just my thoughts on Assassin's Apprentice. And, let me know what you thought down below. Don't forget to hit that like button, comment, and subscribe. I'm always happy to hear from you. Join me over on my Discord. Follow me on Bookstagram. You could join me over on Hardcover. I'll have that link below as well. And those are just some of my thoughts on Assassin's Apprentice, Book 1 of the Farseer Trilogy. I overall really liked it. A few little nitpicks, but overall really good. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you thought, and I look forward to hearing from you. And of course, as always, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and we will see you next time on the next episode of Drew's Book Reviews. And until then, keep on reading. Bye!